Boom. All right, let's get this party started. Guys, super excited for this, I guess this is probably our third or fourth call. You guys see what I'm rocking over here. Got the swipe coin gear. What's up, TJ? I see you, bro. Scott, Alex, Jermaine is on the call. What's up, my brother? Sam, Matt Cruiser, what's up? What's up? Gene Emmanuel Millette, what's up, bro? Mike Navarrete, Doug, Eric, Steve, Nick Fantasia, my brother, Katie, what's good, what's good? Ricky Valdez, Wealth Club winners. I don't know who that is, but Alex Richard, what's up, guys? All right, cool. So, look, we got a good group on here, and I know a bunch of people. Jefferson's in the building, Foston's in the building, Wa's in the building, Greenie's in the building. This is probably the fourth call that we've done now. And I'm getting ready to go to Europe. Daniel Sandy, the imposter, Matt Green. I'm getting ready to go to Europe for the next 30 days. So I really wanted to bring something tonight that's gonna leave you guys with something solid, something to think about. And then, of course, while I'm in Europe, I'm going to figure out, once I get in that groove, it takes a couple days to get in that groove of being, 6 hours ahead and, figuring out the schedule. I'm going to figure out strategically every 7 to 10 days. My goal is to do 2 to 3 of these calls while I'm in Europe. This is my dedication to you guys. I know it'll be a little bit tough, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, these calls have already made a lot of progress for a lot of people. You guys have reached out. Look, there's 100 people on the call. There's 40 people here live. I know a lot of people couldn't make it, and some people have just fallen off, which is cool. That's expected. Ultimately, I'm not the greatest guru in the world, but my goal is to get on these calls and really give you guys value, give you guys some things to think about for the week, and give you some genuine, more personal, behind the scenes type of stuff that I really think about and things that I've learned and applied over the past few years. So my dedication is to keep this group fresh, keep it going, keep it strong, and ultimately to make these calls really, really powerful. So, one of the things I want to talk about tonight is, what's going to set you apart. Right? Because, guys, look, there's a lot of different leaders on this call that have done a lot of great things, and at the end of the day, being involved in this industry takes a lot of energy, right? I think we can all agree with that. It takes a lot of patience. I think we can all agree with that. It takes a lot of coachability, a lot of humility, because at the end of the day, you're going to feel a bunch of times like, why am I doing this? Why, some of you guys maybe go through this right now, like I'm not going through it at this moment, but I'd be lying if I told you I didn't go through it 15 times in the past 2 years. Like, what am I doing? Why is it worth it? Am I really happy? Some of you guys may be going through this right now. I've actually never been more excited about the company and where we're at, and so many amazing things happening every single day. But you may be going through that. And I think when we push through these moments in our career, it conditions us for greatness. It conditions us to be prepared for that next move forward, for that next explosion. At some of the worst points in my career, some of the most, some of the lowest points in my career, I've learned something that has then propelled that next wave of momentum. And it's really wild how it works. But to be honest, every time it seems like that I've hit a rock bottom or hit a place where I just didn't have the passion and the energy to go forward, right around the corner was that next big wave. And so what I want to talk about tonight is not just mindset and just get you guys hyped up and excited, but I want to talk about some things that I think can set you apart, right? What will set you apart? What will make you a dynamic leader? What will make you a respected leader? What will make you a consistent leader, right? What's going to make you someone that everybody wants to be around. Someone that they say, you know what, I joined Samantha Webb's team and it changed my life. I joined Faustin's team and he changed his leadership, his culture changed my life. You know, I never made money in the industry. And then I joined, you know, Justin Christopher's team or Joshua Casey's team. And now I'm making progress. Now I'm making moves. What's going to set you apart, right? What's going to make you a championship caliber coach? So a couple things. First off, I went back to a training that I did in October of last year when I was in Europe. And I wrote down a bunch of things that I think create a phenomenal leader. All right. And then I also have one of my favorite books from John C. Maxwell, Developing the Leaders Around You. All right. That I think this book is so important for leaders in network marketing because we can't just do it ourselves. It's not just about what TJ can do. It's not just about what Rayat can do. It's not just about what Sally can do or what, you know, Alex can do. It's ultimately about what our team can do. Right? I can be the best motivational speaker in the damn world, but if I can't help you guys become great leaders, then what am I worth? What am I really able to do? And I think sometimes we have to look at ourselves and say, yeah, I'm a plat 1,000, I'm a plat 2,000, I'm a plat 5,000. But what's going on in your group? How many rank advancements are going on in your group, right? How many leaders, if you dropped off the face of the earth, are there without you, right? If you disappear for a month, does your team grow or does your team explode? And I hope that most of you guys saw the replay or saw it live or saw both when I was at Alex's house about 10 days ago, and we did a 7-figure mentorship call together, and I talked about the keys to duplication. I said that, you know, if you cannot remove yourself from the middle of your business and have that business continue to grow, then you're not yet in a place of duplication. So here's some X factors, some things that I wrote down, and I want to talk to you guys about this tonight. Okay, number one, first bullet point of what will set you apart: crazy goals and a crazy vision. This one's almost cliche to a point, right? Because all we hear about is, oh, I have these crazy goals, I have this vision. But guys, are you eating, sleeping, and breathing your vision, right? Are you so obsessed with your vision that it's almost weird how obsessed you are? Are you so passionate about what you want that it's almost weird how bad you want it? You know, are your goals so astronomical that most people won't believe them, but are they attainable as well? I made a goal when I was 23 and broke as a joke, right? My first year in this industry, I made a goal that I was going to be worth 10 million by the age of 30. Even by the age of 25, I had only had 20 grand in the bank, maybe. No, actually 25, I was broke I was like 70K down. So even at the age of 27, right? When Matt and I had our first 6-figure year in IML in 2016, we made about 160K or something like that, 120K. I don't remember what it was. But it's the first 6-figure year. Even then, 4 years away from my goal of 10 million, I had no clue how I was going to do it, but I kept saying it, right? My goal is I want to be worth 10 million by the age of 30, and I want to retire my parents. And those were my goals. And I had no idea, honestly, truly, even to myself, I wasn't convinced, right? But I kept saying it. I kept believing it. I made that the centerpiece of what I was doing. And guys, honestly, I'll probably be there or beyond there. The way that things are, trajecting and the way that things are coming and that things are growing, I'm going to do it now. And I've never really been so convinced up until the last 6 months, like definitely going to do it and probably going to do it even bigger. So your goals and your vision have to be insane enough that you even question yourself. Like, when you're solo one-on-one, you're like, can I really do that? Can I really do that? But at the end of the day, you have to still believe that it's attainable. You have to still believe that it can be done. You just don't really know how to do it, but you're going to go work your ass off to figure out how you're going to do it. You have to have a crazy vision and an amazing vision, a vision that gives you, goosebumps and makes you feel good. Because if you do this, you're going to empower yourself to go to the next level. And self-energy generation, right? Us allowing ourselves to generate energy is so important. Because if we have to get energy from outside sources, we're screwed. Like we're in trouble if we have to always rely on outside sources to get fired up, right? If you can only get motivated when I call you, you're in trouble. If you can only get motivated when Matt calls you, you're in trouble. Guys, you got to find a vision that fires you up, right? I have a goal of having this apartment here in Miami, another apartment in New York City or Philadelphia, another apartment, maybe in Dallas or Austin or maybe in San Diego, and being able to split time all over, maybe even having a spot out in Europe, out in Italy. And that's one of my visions, right? That's something that I want. And so when I think about, I'm a little bit tired, I'm a little worn out, I think of my goals and my vision. Now, here's the thing. Your goals and your vision must be so big, because if you're not that passionate about your goals, or they're not that sexy, or you're not that passionate about your vision and it's not that sexy, how could you expect your team? How could you expect your leaders to carry a big goal or a big vision? Because write this down, your leaders are only going to do a small percentage of what you do. They're only going to believe a small percentage of what you believe. They're only going to act on a small percentage of how you act. If you're doing meetings 7 nights a week, expect your top leaders to do 2 to 3. Right? If you're doing 5 calls a day, expect your leaders to do 1 or 2. But if you're doing 1 call a day, 1 meeting a month, and your goals are plat 2,000, plat 5,000 by Miami, what do you expect your team's going to do? Guys, if you can't rank up, your team can't rank out. Rising tides raise all the ships. If you can't stretch, this is the next bullet point. The bullet point number 2 is the ability to stretch. I think dynamic leaders that set themselves apart have the ability to stretch. Okay, the ability to become elastic, because this one's a little bit more difficult to explain, but once you get it, it's game over. This is like a life hack. See, human beings, we can't comprehend things that we have not done, right? If you've never seen $1 million, you can't comprehend the reality of having $1 million. But if I show you my bank account that has 2 commas in it, you now see the reality. That may be all you need. See, certain personalities of people, certain functioning personalities of people can see things. It stretches their reality. They now know it's attainable at a conscious and a subconscious level, and it's game over. That's it, right? It's game over. Once you do something once, okay, remember what I said. Once you go somewhere you have not gone before, once you do something you have not done, you can no longer go back to normal form. That's why when you're in the gym getting that, getting your highest high, right, your highest weight, setting your personal max is so important, right? What's your max bench? What's your max squat, right? Because once you've done that, you've now raised the bar. You've done it. You've raised the bar. Once you've made Chairman 10, you can go do it again. But until you do that, you don't know if you can replicate it, right? So in order for your guys' teams and leaders to grow, you must do things that you've never done before, because until you do them, you cannot properly lead the way. There is no possible way that I could teach somebody how to hit Chairman 500 unless I did it first. I see, Matt and I were the people who came back and hit Chairman 10 and Chairman 25, Chairman 50, Chairman 100, Chairman 250, because we could not slow down. We had to set the pace to blow all the obstacles and belief obstacles and things out of the way so that people could go follow that path. And what happened? We led the path for the David Imonites to come in and go ahead and go smash Chairman 500. He was right behind us. Every single rank, one after the other, rank by rank. David was 60 to 90 days behind us every single time. Gary McSween came in and smashed Chairman 100, right? And then now you have all these other leaders that are now walking on this path that was clear. Guys, if you want your leaders to do something, you got to do it. You got to stretch your own reality so then you can legitimately share that experience. Number 3, something that I always talk about, consistency. What will set you apart is consistency, because most people are not going to be consistent. Just like if I was taking attendance on these calls, there's about 35, 40 people that have been on every single one. And then you've got the 10 people that can't be here because of work or they're at an event or they're, on the other side of the world. And then you've got some people who are here this week, but they won't be here next week, or they're not here. And I'm just using an example. I'm not picking on anyone. These are not mandatory calls. I'm not picking on anybody, but I'm just saying consistency is important, because if you're consistent, you won't miss major details. See, sometimes by making minor alternations to your consistency, you'll miss major breakthroughs. The opportunity for major breakthroughs are usually missed by minor alternations, okay? Consistency, getting to that 10,000 hours. You guys want to become a professional? You guys want to become consciously competent? You want to become good at trading? Aim towards 10,000 hours. You want to become a professional in network marketing? You'll make millions of dollars. Aim towards that 10,000 hours. I promise you guys, I put in 10,000 hours. I'll be able to make millions of dollars in this industry for the rest of my life because I've put in the time. I want you guys to have that same mentality, right? While you're putting in the time, you're probably not going to make a lot of money. The first 5,000 to 7,000 hours I put in this thing, I went 70,000 in debt. Sometimes you got to do it. But guess what happens? The more time you put in, the more failure you've been through, the more BS you've been through, the more adversity you've been through. You just keep preparing yourself. You keep learning. You become so good, and you don't realize the reason why you became so good is because you've learned from your failure. So for people to think that you could become an overnight success story is BS. You need to become a consistent person, then you'll become a success story. And if you're consistent, your leaders will respect you. If you grind for a month and then you fall off, and then you start grinding again and then you fall off, and then you start grinding again and then you fall off, your leaders are eventually going to go, well, here comes Bob, and well, he's fired up again. We're going to get about 30 days and then he's going to fall off. Do you want your reputation to be you're hot and cold? No. Hell no. People know me. I've been going at, if you follow my footsteps for the past 5 years, how many days, even when I'm on vacation, I'm checking my phone. Like the grind, it doesn't have to be a 15-hour day. That you got to put some of them in, guys. There's got to be some grinders. There's got to be some days where you don't leave the house and you don't leave the computer and you don't stop prospecting and you don't stop, grinding and working. But you don't have to be like that every day. You just got to be consistent. Okay. Number 4, rejection and adversity. You have to be a dynamic leader. To be a leader that is set apart, you have to be able to deal with rejection and adversity. If you don't have rhinoceros skin, if you don't have strong skin, if you don't have a high tolerance for BS, garbage, betrayal, then you're going to have a hard time winning big in this industry. Until you develop that rhino skin. When you become bulletproof, when nobody can shake you, when nobody can knock you off, when no storm, when no, challenge, when no flat tire, when no, $5 in your bank account and your bills can't be paid, when nothing can no longer shake you, that's when people look at you as a bulletproof leader. I had a leader, one of my leaders in one of the teams, he got emotional about something that he could not control. And he left a group chat with 2 strong leaders in his team in the group chat. He left. Now everything's good, but nobody will forget when you're weak. When you show your weakness, you now lose some credibility. Your problems should always go up, never down. When you call your team and you say, hey, I'm having all these problems, I'm having all these issues, this is wrong, oh my God, my volume's dropping, is your volume dropping? Swipe Trades lost 3 trades today, did you lose 3 trades today? When your problems go down, so does your income. You need to be such a strong leader that adversity and rejection can't touch you. Guys, I deal with shit, I have no other word to say, garbage, adversity. I have a huge team. I have hundreds of leaders. Somebody always has an issue. If it's not business, it's personal. If it's not personal, it's financial. If it's not financial, it's emotional. They just need Dr. Phil, all right? And so the point is, as a leader, when you're able to take that rejection and adversity, guys, it's huge. It's massive because people will see that no matter what happens, you're strong. And people want to follow strong leaders. Write this down. People will follow a weak leader temporarily. People will follow a strong leader forever. One more time. People will follow a weak leader temporarily. People will follow a strong leader forever. Number 5, you have to care more for the people than you do for yourself. I think what separates people and makes you elite level leader is when you genuinely find it in your heart to care more about other people's success than you care about your own. When you're really, really, really willing, to get everything on the line for your team, that's when you become that elite level leader. Because guys, talk is cheap. You could move those lips for free 99. Okay, you could say whatever you want. You could talk a big, big, big game. Number 5 is Number 5 is accountability. I didn't get there yet though. Hold on. Oh yeah, I did. I'm sorry. It moved my thing down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5 is care more for other people than you do for yourself. Care more for other people than you do for yourself. That's number 5. My apologies. When talk is cheap, right? That talk is free, actually. Actions speak louder than words. And when you're really, really, really about the people will know. You don't have to tell people, I care about you. You don't have to tell people, I'm willing to do whatever, I'm here for you. People know. Because when they call you or text you and you answer multiple times, time after time after time, then they know that you really care. If you're not going out of your way, you're not making an effort to go the extra mile, people will just write you off. They'll just know that you don't care. They'll know you care more about yourself than you do for other people when you only call them when they go inactive. You got some leaders that are like, hey, how do I keep my team active? Care more about them than you do for yourself from jump, and you'll probably be all right. I don't sit in the back office and hunt my volume. Like, I don't even hunt down my leaders. Like, look, if you want to leave, great. Just be respectful. If you need help, contact me. Great. Like, whatever. Let me know how I can help. But we can't get far as elite leaders by micromanaging. You think Steve Kerr, the coach of the Warriors, sits there and watches, every single move that KD makes when he's off the court? Like, no, you have to care more about the people. So be there for them, but don't micromanage. Number 6, accountability. Guys, accountability is massive. And I think your ability to connect with people, find out their goals, and then try to help them become accountable, it's huge. Accountability is just communicating with your leaders once or twice a month, saying, hey, how are you? I'm checking in on you. Some of you guys here, I've texted you in the last few days. Hey, just checking in. How's everything? Can I help you? Can I do anything? That's just genuine, but it's accountability at the same time. It's saying, look, hey, I'm checking in because I want to remind you, if you need something, I got you. If you need help, I got you. If you need a training for your team, I got you. But let's communicate. So accountability, right? Holding them accountable, but not, again, forcing that upon them. Okay? The next bullet point, what you focus on grows. How do you become an elite level leader? What will set you apart? What you focus on will set you apart. 1,000%. This is one of my biggest things. What you focus on will set you apart. Because remember, when things are not good and you're focused, that will become the majority reality. Guys, the glass could be half full or half empty. If you stare at it long enough, you'll convince yourself of one or the other. Right? You could sit there and say, oh my God, my volume's down. Or you could say, look, my volume's higher than when I started. Hey, one of my leaders deranked. Hey, well, look, are they closer to ranking up, or are they closer to when they launched? Everything has a perspective with it. And what you focus on grows. If you're letting people call you and vent, look, I know every single one of you is a certified psychiatrist. I already know. When you're P600 and above, you're a certified psychiatrist. You're either a psychiatrist for yourself, so either you're talking to yourself on or off the cliff 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or you're talking other people on or off the cliff every single day. This is what we do. We're certified psychiatrists, okay? Period, end of story. You're a good network marketer. You are a very sane and normal person, okay? You just deal with a bunch of shit. But at the end of the day, when you sit on the phone for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and that call is negative, Guys, I do not entertain negative calls. One of my leaders called me today, like gangster. And I'm like, yo, do not call me like that. We're going to hang up the phone right now, and you're going to make a decision if you want to have a mature adult conversation or if you're going to leave the company. Because you're not going to call me on some gangster stuff when I didn't do this to you. This has nothing to do with me whatsoever. So let's not focus on negative. I told him, I said, look, we can't do anything about the past. What can we do about the future? What can we do about right now going forward? This is how I recommend you guys handle your teams and your situations. Do not, really become conscious about analyzing the state of the conversation. Is this conversation negative or is this conversation productive? Is this conversation unproductive or is this conversation positive, right? Think about that. Every conversation you have, I want you to start asking yourself, just, you don't want to say, hey, is this a positive conversation, Faustin? No. While you're on the phone, think about it. While you're on a call, think about it. Are the things that I'm talking about positive or negative? Are the things that I'm entertaining positive or negative? And focus on keeping them on the up and up. Focus on progression, not the past, right? Because going forward is the only thing that will make us successful, okay? What will set you apart? Finding a self-purpose. Guys, the journey of life is defined by the journey of oneself. That is the greatest discovery in the world. The greatest discovery in the world is not the iPhone. It's not Wi-Fi. It's not the light bulb. Okay, those are all great discoveries, and I'm very grateful. But the greatest discovery in life is of oneself. When I finally found who I was, and it took years of reflection and confusion and, just trying to figure out what is my purpose? What am I here for? How did I beat the trillions of sperm to make it here? Sorry for being graphic, but that's just what it is, right? How did I beat the odds? Why was I chosen? Why was I selected to make it just to breathe earth, oxygen on this planet? But then above that, why was I selected to be one of the pivotal leaders in a movement that's changing the world? Why was I selected to lead the 40 people on this call? Why me? Right? That self-reflection, that finding that purpose is the greatest discovery you'll make in your life. When you find out what your purpose really is, you become so comfortable with yourself. Guys, I was never a confident person, right? I was never a expressed person, right? I always had trouble thinking that I was good enough. I always had problems with, self-esteem, and I battled that for a long time, right? Battled that rejection, never felt good, being out because I wasn't in good shape and I didn't have a good diet. And again, I dealt with that personally for a long time. And when I discovered and came to realize who I really was, that's when I started having the biggest breakthroughs in my life. That's when I came to peace with my integrity, my intentions, my vision, my focus. And when you guys find that, that's when you become an elite level leader. That's when you become somebody who everybody wants to follow because they just feel your intentions. I remember going to Utah. There's a gentleman on the call named TJ, and I remember going to Utah. And every time somebody new walks in the room, every time this man, you could just tell, just has good intentions. TJ is now surrounding himself with just so many people because he's had this self-discovery. He's found what's TJ's purpose. He's found that, okay? And so for him, he's now operating in a place where he knows what he's here for. So he's not so worried about the check. He's more worried about promoting leaders in his team, right? We had prospects show up to a dinner. He literally was the first one up, shook their hand. How can I help you? Any questions you have? I think he even left the room with the prospects to sit down and talk to them. They weren't even in his team. That greatest discovery of oneself is so important, okay? And the last thing that will set you apart is when you realize that it's okay to be great. That's deep, and I hope I can convey this energy to you guys in the right way. Because if you get what I'm saying, some of you won't get what I'm saying. You won't. You think you do, but you might not get it. I really want everybody here to understand what I'm about to tell you. You have to understand that it's okay to win. because we're not given permission to win. Usually, we feel bad about winning because somebody else loses when we win. Right? When we go get first place, somebody else gets a second place trophy. Somebody else gets a third place trophy, and sometimes we put our foot off the gas pedal because we're not understanding that it's okay to win. We don't understand to ourselves that it's okay to be a champion. Guys, nobody is going to come and give you permission. You give yourself permission to win big. Guess what? Some people are not going to like you. Do it with the right intentions. Why do you want to go chairman 500? Why do you want to go chairman 100? Why do you want to go chairman 10? Why? Find out why you want to do it. Because right now, guys, I'm so grateful that I'm chairman 500. So grateful because my aunt has cancer. And because I have the money, I'm able to spend, I'm spending about $5,000 every 2 months for medication. If I was broke, I could not do that. I don't even feel $5,000. Seriously. You imagine if I never gave myself permission to be great. Imagine if I never did that. See, you guys need to understand, and when you find the reason, if it's about your family, if it's about your kids, if it's about helping the people in your team, when you understand that it's okay to be great and it's okay to win and it's okay to make some money because life does unfortunately revolve around this currency, that's when you open up this whole, you bypass this limiting belief. You go into a place of abundance. You go into like I'm picturing like an open field where you have room to run. You're no longer in a small little hallway. Some of you guys right now are building your business in a contained environment mentally. You're in a hallway mentally. You're in a small room mentally. Break out of that. Break it down, because when you give yourself an open field to play with, an unlimited amount of space, to vibe and just to go work, you'll notice that as soon as you start moving and you stop looking side to side to say, hey, my front lines are not working anymore. My P2000s, are you working still? Guys, who cares? Go work. Go build. Go look forward. Stop looking side to side. Stop looking backwards. Go build. And I'm telling you, your people will follow. Your teams will start to explode again. The momentum will come. I never worry about my volume. I check my back office every 2 weeks. I could care less. It doesn't matter to me, because I know that if I'm moving forward and I'm feeling good and my energy's right and I'm doing things productive every single day, that we're going to keep going. I don't worry about, is this person's auto ship going to come out? Who cares? Really? Do the right thing. Build from a place of abundance and watch what happens to your business. Watch what happens to your business. I'm telling you guys right now, give yourself permission to win. Give yourself permission to win. Watch what happens. Let me see if I can find what I wanted to talk about from this book. Hold on. Okay, watch this. So in this book, it was perfect because I remember reading this before. In Developing the Leaders Around You, it talks about the 10 qualities of a dream team coach. A dream team coach chooses its players well. Okay? A dream team coach chooses its players well. Having the right player determines 60 to 80% of the success in any organization. Who are you recruiting? What type of people? What type of intentions? What type of culture is your team based around? Is your team all hype? Are you building a team of good quality people? Because a dream team coach chooses its players well. It chooses who it spends its time with well. A dream team coach does not sit there and coach negative people who are unproductive. They're on the team, cool. They might not make the roster every year. Now, this is a volunteer army, so we can't be as harsh sometimes as we want to. Sometimes I be wanting to cut some people, but I'm just kidding. A dream team coach, number 2, constantly, this is so good. A dream team coach constantly communicates the game plan. A dream team coach constantly communicates the game plan. Every quote, every good coach I've ever seen has worked from a game plan. If you don't have a game plan, your team cannot win. If you don't have a legitimate game plan, your team will not win. Do you know where your team's going to be in 60 days? Or are you just shooting fish in a barrel, praying that somebody comes in on your weak leg and blows you to plat 1,000. Praying that somebody comes in on your smallest leg and blows you to plat 2 so you could be plat 2 on stage in Miami. Or do you have a legitimate game plan that has no face, that has no emotion attached to a single person? Do you have a legitimate game plan? Okay? And can you communicate that game plan to your team? Because you may have the best game plan in the world, but if you can't communicate the game plan to the team, guess what? The team thinks you have no game plan, and people will not follow people who they think are lost. So if your team is not following you right now, it's because they think you're lost. Period. End of story. If you're one of the leaders on this call that are saying, hey, my team doesn't respect me, they respect my upline. My team doesn't respect me, they respect nobody. Guess what? It's because nobody has showed them the legitimate game plan. Communicate the game plan with your team. Number 3, a dream team coach takes the time to group huddle. A dream team coach takes the time to group huddle. If you don't communicate with your leaders, your inner circle, if you don't pull people in, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm giving you guys the juice. We're in a team huddle right now. And then you guys are going to go back out for the next 7 to 10 days, and you're going to go work. You're going to go build. You're going to go grind. You're going to go put in the time. And then we're going to do another team huddle. Same deal. A dream team coach takes the time to huddle. Get out of your own head. Get in with the team. Number 4, a dream team coach. This one's good. A dream team coach knows what his or her players prefer. What makes your team tick? What makes your team tick? What makes Eric tick? What's going to make Eric grind? What's going to make TJ grind? What's going to make Justin grind? What's going to make Delia grind, right? You guys got to know what makes your team grow. What do they prefer? See, when Katie is in a slump, does she want to be left alone? Or does she want Tim, who's her upline, to like really be real, right? If Tim doesn't know how to communicate with Katie, then when Katie's in a slump, she's going to stay in a slump until she gets herself out. And sometimes we need somebody to say, hey, you're in a slump, right? But if you don't know what your players prefer, then you're in trouble, right? If I don't know my boy Jermaine's on the call, see, I know Jermaine just needs a little phone call, right? If we haven't talked in a little bit. We have a great phone call, energy's back up, it's game time. But if I don't know that, how could I possibly communicate? How could I possibly help Jermaine continue to go forward? I'm not a dream team coach. And guess what people will do? If they don't have a dream team coach, they'll go find another one. So when your leaders leave for another company, understand that it's not about them. It's about you just becoming a better coach. Number 5. A dream team coach excels in problem solving. You guys are going to see, and I did not prepare this. My bullet points had nothing to do with this. Okay, you guys are going to see a couple comparisons, I hope. Okay, what does this say? Problems almost always create opportunities to learn, grow, and improve. Problems almost always create opportunities to learn, grow, and improve. Dream team coach excels in problem solving. People know one thing about me. You have a problem, bring it. I'm ready, baby. Bring it on. I love problems. I love adversity. Bring it on. I'm down. Throw it at me. I'll take it because I know that there's always something I can learn. There's always something I can learn, whether I'm solving my own problems or somebody else's. Number 6, a dream team coach provides the support. Come on now. A dream team coach provides the support needed for success. The quote, the greatest environment of support is created when coaches decide to be facilitators rather than dictators. Guys, listen to me real quick. Listen to this. John C. Maxwell with the bombs. A dream team coach provides the support needed for success. The greatest environment of support is created when coaches decide to be facilitators rather than dictators. Best book, one of the best books anybody here can get. John C. Maxwell, Developing the Leaders Around You. Straight up. One of the best books anybody can get. John C. Maxwell, Developing the Leaders Around You. I got to read this one more time. The greatest environment of support is created when coaches decide to be facilitators versus dictators. You cannot tell your team what to do. You make recommendations. You lead. But when you're in there, this is my way, my culture, my group chats, my signals, my, guess what happens? My income goes down. Every time, guaranteed. People join a volunteer army in network marketing, and people join a volunteer class in iMarkets Live to become a trader. You cannot tell volunteers that they are coming to have freedom. You can't bash 9-to-5s. You can't bash and say you're going to have no boss, and then you come into network marketing and you're a boss. You're telling everybody what to do. It's my way or the highway. Oh, you don't want to deal with me? Then join another team. Oh, you don't want to listen to my way? Screw you. Go work with somebody else. Lose my number. You can't do that. You can't do that. I never, ever, 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 ever have messaged a single person on this webinar right now, or a single person who ever watched this recording, and tell you to not do it your way. I don't always agree with the way that you guys have done things. Some people here, cool. Some people not here, cool. I don't care, because life goes on. But I can't say that I'm a leader and then I'm a dictator at the same time. Because guess what happens to dictators? They get killed or they get overthrown. I don't want to die, and I don't want to get overthrown. I like being Chairman 500 every Friday. It's a beautiful thing. I don't want to be overthrown. Play easy, right? Play it easy on your boy out here. Dictators hoard decisions, okay? Dictators make decisions alone or restrict them to an elite group. Dictators view truth and wisdom as their domain, since they are the leaders. Dictators surprise their workers with edicts from above. Dictators guard their own interests, and they take for themselves. Facilitators push decisions down the line. They make sure everybody's on board. They involve others as much as possible. They serve everyone's interests by developing people. They give to the organization, okay? They view truth and wisdom as being accessible to everybody. Basically, dictators are not transparent. Facilitators are, okay? This is Developing the Leaders Around You by John C. Maxwell. Developing the Leaders Around You by John C. Maxwell. Number 7, a dream team coach commands the respect of the players. Without respect, a coach will never be able to get his players to do what he asks. See, respect is so important, but respect is not given. Just because you're a Chairman 10, just because you're a Plat 5000, just because you're a P1000, just because you're the highest rank in your lineage, does not mean that people will respect you. Respect is earned, my friends. And respect is about being humble and having humility, right? Matt and I have one of the highest ranks in the entire industry, and I don't take that for granted. I don't feel entitled. I don't feel like I deserve to be given anything, right? Because at the end of the day, respect is given. And I feel like when I've earned the respect, I'll get it, right? When I've earned the chance to be invited to speak at GoPro, I will be there. I'm not calling Eric saying, hey, Eric, I'm top 10. You better put me on that stage. No, because when the time comes and that respect is earned, I'll be invited. I'll get the phone call, right? I'm not saying, hey, Eric Sawyer, you need to invite me to Philly because I'm the top rank in your upline. You need to invite me. No, when it's time, it'll come. Giving you guys examples. Respect is earned, not given, every single time. Number 8, a dream team coach does not treat everyone the same. One of the biggest mistakes a coach can make is to believe that he must treat all of his players the same. Coaches are hired to win, not to make everyone happy or give everyone equal time, money, or resources. Every player must be given support and encouragement, but to believe that everyone must receive the same treatment is not only unrealistic, but it's destructive. Give opportunities, resources, and playing time according to the player's past performance. Guys, one of the biggest mistakes a coach can make is to believe that he must treat all his players the same. Make people earn your time. Give everyone the chance to earn it, but make them earn it. Just because you guys are a certain rank, you didn't just get put in this group chat. This is not a P1000 and above chat. This is not a P600 chat. This is not a P2000 chat. This is the next wave of chairmen that I personally went through my mental genealogy and said, I need TJ to be in this group. I need Brandon to be in this group. I need Stefano to be in this group. I need Rayat to be in this group. I need Katie to be in this group. I need, Steve and Tim and Juan and every blah, 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 Cruiser, Leanne, Kevin. I need these people, Ralph, to be in this group. Give everybody the chance, but I didn't put everybody in here, which makes me feel good because I didn't really think about that before, but it's the truth, right? A dream team coach continues to win. There's only one challenge more difficult than winning that a successful coach faces: continuing to win. I love this. Can you do it over and over and over again? Because I don't care if you hit Chairman 10 a year ago, or if you hit Plat 1000 a year ago and you're on this call as a Plat 150 right now. You're not defined by what you did in the past. You're defined by if you can do it again, if you could show up again. If you threw one big event, great, congratulations. When's the next big event in your city, right? Can you do that big event again? Can it get bigger? Can it get better every single time? That's what defines a real champion. A player, a champion player, and a champion in the field. You guys see who's on my wall right now. I didn't put LeBron up there because he won one time. I didn't put Kobe up there because he won one time. And I sure as hell didn't put Jordan up there because he won one time. The people that won one time are not on my wall. Because I respect you, but I don't admire you. I don't idolize you. I don't study you, eat, sleep, and breathe who you are as a leader unless you show me that you can do it again. Lose it all and go rebuild it. That's what really makes you, hey, look, I'm not discrediting failure, right? Because that's important. What I'm telling you is that a dream team coach can win again and again and again. Guys, if you don't follow the NBA, I want you to go Google Greg Popovich. I want you to go Google Pop, okay? Because Pop has been winning for a very, very long time and will go down as one of the best coaches of all time. It's like Phil Jackson, Pop. I mean, Pop's one of the best coaches in the NBA history, and he always wins. The Spurs might trade one of their best players, and people still know that the Spurs are going to find a way to weasel in to a higher level of the playoffs because Pop knows how to win. Dream team coach, okay? Always continues to find ways to win. Number 10, a dream team coach understands the levels of the players. One of the most common mistakes a coach can make is to misjudge the level of one of his players. Guys, you have to understand that a cookie cutter process is not going to work for everyone, right? You have to understand that the newest person, you can be a 5-year network marketing veteran, but you can't talk to a 5-minute network marketing newbie the same way that you talk to a peer. Right? You have to be able to be interchangeable in your coaching and your mentoring. You have to be a coach and a mentor in order to do this big. You could hit P600 lucky, enroll some friends, put them on different legs, they enroll a few friends, boom, you're P6. You could hit P1000 even maybe a little bit lucky. But you can't go lead unless you really know what you're doing. You can't go hit P2, P5, Chairman 10 by getting lucky. It doesn't work that way. Sorry if you came here for that. But you need to be able to understand that to be a coach and a mentor, you have to be diverse. You have to be adverse, right? You have to be interchangeable. You have to be able to have a conversation with the newest person that's different than a conversation with somebody who's 5 years in, right? I can't talk to Faustin the same way I can talk to my younger brother. My younger brother's been in the business for 5 months. Faustin's been in the business for 5-6 years, right? But can help both of them with knowledge and wisdom. I just got to teach my brother the fundamentals. And some people are trying to have these brand new people in network marketing launch right away, big home event right away, trade big lot sizes right away, IML TV advance right away. You don't understand the damage that you are doing to your organization. Imagine you start feeding a newborn baby filet mignon, a newborn baby lobster tails, a newborn baby ribeye steak. What are you doing? Feed the babies baby food and feed the veterans whatever they want to eat. Some people out here treating 2-month-old people like 5-year-old veterans, like, hey, why aren't you grinding? Because they don't know what the grind really is. They put 10 hours into this thing. They don't know what a grind is. They're probably discouraged because they realize that they got to work. It's not going to be easy. They got to realize that they got to work. Guess what happens the first 6 months in network marketing? Why most people don't make it? Because you realize you got to work. Some people think this is going to be easy. Oh yeah, I got 20,000 people on Instagram. I could just post some links, get people to sign up, make some money. Shit, 500 people, Chairman 10. I could do that in 2 months, easy. You know how many times I heard it? Thousands. You know how many times it's been done? Dozens. It ain't that easy, right? It ain't that easy. Believe me when I tell you, but we have to have proper conversations at proper levels with the proper people. Now, the last thing that he says is delegation. The dream team coach's most powerful tool is delegation. If you're not willing to delegate within your team, you have an insecurity. You have an insecurity that you need to break. And I would challenge everybody to find one thing that they're insecure about when you get off this call before you go to sleep tonight. Do a little reflecting and just think, what am I insecure about something? Is there something that I am actually legitimately insecure about? Try to figure that out. Because if you can break your insecurities in this business, guys, it's game over. It really is. I'm telling you. You find those insecurities and you apply some of the other things that we talked about, and you're gonna be at that chairman level, P5. You're gonna be at your goals and dreams much faster than you think. Because this isn't even like a super calculated thing. People ask me like, how can I exactly go hit chairman? And I'm like, it's so hard to describe because you can't predict what's going to happen in your team. You can't predict what teams are going to blow up. If you have the skills, it's going to happen. If you have the skills, people are going to know. I've had so many industry veterans say, look, we want to join your team. They're older than me, asking for mentorship. Been around the industry 10, 12 years, asking for mentorship. I'm honored to have Brandon Boyd in my business. Brandon Boyd made 7 figures before I made $7. But at certain points, I've called on Brandon as a mentor, and at times he's called on me as a mentor. Because at the end of the day, mentorship is not about age, it's about wisdom. And if you guys can learn and grow and capture wisdom and get just a little bit better every day, people are going to identify you as a smart individual. They're going to identify you as a valuable individual. They're going to feel more comfortable inviting their friends and family. One of my good friends here, Jermaine Johnson, who I did not know 5-6 months ago, has introduced me to some of his most trusted friends personally because he trusts me. People, imagine if there was no trust. Great people are great. Listen, I'm going to end the call with this. I want you guys to think about this. There are great people out there in the world who would join IML right now if they were contacted by the right person. There are great people right now in the world, tens of thousands of people ready to join, but they're waiting to be contacted by the right person. They don't even know that they're waiting. They have no idea that IML exists. They're waiting to be contacted by the right person. My advice is become that right person. Become the person that when you pick up and you call somebody, they don't even question if they need to get on that call. They don't even question if they should swipe their credit card. I've seen leaders come in. They're so damn credible that people just start swiping cards and joining, and they don't even need a presentation. That, my friends, is world-class leadership. And if you do things with the right intentions and you really aim to help people, not burn people, not take advantage, not just make money, I promise you guys, you'll live a life of abundance. You'll make a lot of money in this industry. You'll make a lot of money out of this industry, and you'll never have a scarcity mentality about money ever again. I don't worry about money. I don't care about money. It's cool. I wire money into my bank account. It sits there. It's collecting dust. Big deal. It's a lot more than money at this point. And when you guys understand what I mean, you'll go, wow, he was right. It's really not even about the money. Cool. Money gets you things. It's nice. But when people respect you, it's the best feeling in the world. So much love, guys. This is a phenomenal call. I feel really good about it myself. Sometimes these calls inspire me as well, get me fired up. And I love this John C. Maxwell book. So make sure you guys put your Amazon, put your fingers on Amazon when you get off this call. Go buy this book. Get it ASAP. Read it. I promise you guys, you will thank me. This is a phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal book. Big time. I'll see you guys soon. We're going to do another call here shortly in the next 7 to 10 days once I get out to Europe. Much love. Peace. Have a phenomenal night. I'll get this recording up ASAP.